Hello, welcome to the 60th episode of the Real Estate Podcast, where we talk all things real estate, sales, and investments. I am your host, Ngosan Kandu. I am the CEO and founder of Kingdom Real Estate Agency. Today, I am thrilled to introduce one of the remarkable real estate agents in our country. Her name is Nelisiwe Tauzeni. Welcome to the Real Estate Podcast.
Thank you, Sangosa, for having me here.
Sure.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
It's a joy to have you.
Thank you. I feel honored to be here, actually.
Awesome.
Yes.
Maybe just to jump into it, who is Nelisiwe Tauzeni?
So, Nelisiwe Tauzeni is a trippy girl coming from a family of 7.
Awesome.
Yes.
That's huge.
Huge family. Is very family orientated. And my background actually is IT.
Okay.
8 years in the industry. And how I fell into the wagon of estate actually was by the way.
Okay.
Yeah. A renowned company closed shop.
Okay.
And, the survival of trying to feed a home.
Yeah.
Basically, I joined real estate as a laissez-faire
Oh,
in order
okay.
to just feed my family.
Sure.
It was basically an opportunity I fell into just to make money.
Okay.
Nothing serious. There was no structure at that time because I was in a tight space.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. But how have you found real estate agency? Is it something that is profitable?
Yes. I mean, I failed to go to formal employment. That should tell you that the money is good when it's good. It has its downside, but I feel if you set yourself right, you always make the income. Weekly, monthly, it's just how you also place yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah. You know, real estate has always been looked at as something that is easy and simple. You know, people think as if it's as easy as selling a vehicle or maybe even selling clothes. But how have you managed to actually upscale yourself or to sell those properties that you've been selling or renting out those particular properties that you've been renting out?
I feel it's growth with time. Real estate actually, or marketing in short, is a skill.
Okay.
And I always feel if you want growth in your life, learn to upskill yourself. And yes, like you said, estate is not something where you just go and sell tomatoes. Even those vendors on the road, even the people that sell on the traffic lights, they understand the market. They know when football is happening, they sell T-shirts,
Yeah,
not
sure.
so.
Oh, yeah.
So you really have to understand your market. And I've been fortunate enough. Most of my clientele actually have come from my previous company.
Awesome.
Because being in the service industry for 8 years, I had quite high-end clients.
Sure.
So with me, the whole customer service is key.
Awesome.
When you leave that mark in a person, they will always check in and say, what are you doing now?
Sure.
So I always feel that's what has been fortunate for me because that's where I started from, as well as people that were able to mentor.
Sure.
Seek mentorship. I've always taken that when you learn from people,
Yeah.
you really take a lot.
Awesome.
Going in an industry new and telling yourself that you know it all, you won't go far.
Yeah.
I love to listen. I love to learn. I love to get feedback because that's where feedback gives you growth to ground yourself on what to do better in life.
Sure.
And you know what not to do. And I've been fortunate enough to place myself with great mentors,
Awesome.
great estate agents who are willing to share their knowledge. Not everyone is willing to do that.
That's true.
People are making money just consulting.
Yeah.
Others are giving you willingly and saying, Maiche, come through and this is what you need to do better and be smart about the way you sell your
Awesome.
products. Yeah.
Let's go on a short break. And when we come back, we'll continue discussing with Nelisiwe Tauzeni, one of the Zambian real estate agents. Welcome back as we continue discussing with Nelisiwe Tauseni. How have you managed to actually leverage your networking? As in, for you to actually get these deals done, you need to work with a number of agents. How have you managed to actually work with a number of agents?
So I've learned the hard way, actually. I was willing to have an open door,
Okay.
a platform where to work with each and everyone until if you're not scammed,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
you're not ripped off. I've learned to make my circle smaller. I've learned to appreciate people who want growth in me and
Sure.
want the best for me. And I've leaned on making a circle so small, screened, that even no matter if someone else has a property and I've seen it, I'll go back to the person I know. And I know that for sure, whether I'm working on other little deals, they'll call me back and say, oh, this has closed, your money is so, and you'll receive it. So I feel that your circle has to be very small, and you have to kind of give each other growth.
Sure.
The information you give each other, the ideas also help in that aspect, because if you're working towards a common goal, perseverance, growth, you literally produce far more than people who want the worst out of you.
Okay. In your opinion, which one works better, as in dealing with rentals or sales, or doing both?
Actually, it's both, because you need to strike a balance. Bear in mind, we have our daily upkeep to uphold.
Yeah.
Sales will come, and when they do, it's a relief.
Yeah.
It's a breather for any estate agent, because no one likes the feel of living hand to mouth.
Yeah, true.
You know, where any commission will come in and then you have to, it literally has not sorted out, it's sorted out the bare minimum.
Sure.
Sell gives you that breather where you do quite a lot, you plan with it, and you're able to actually feel, you know, where they said you can sleep at night.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yes.
But there's an issue where, you know, just to have one sale, it takes months or even years and all. So
And
what
that's
sustains you now?
What sustains, that's why I think you should strike a balance. The rental aspect, find the little quick rentals that give something sufficient.
Sure.
Also, I feel also understanding, like what I said, going back to understanding the market. If your niche market is a lot of office clients, the inquiries will come in rental. And then, you know, with rentals, clients minimum 20, 10.
Yeah, sure.
That's something sufficient by the time, you know, you all have your equal shares and split. But I think strike a balance to a point where quick rentals, quick sales, the little chilenja houses, but always have, like, give yourself an objective and agenda that every week you need to knock off with a certain amount, because you know that by the month you need a certain amount to kind of sustain you. But if you tell yourself, no, this sale is coming, and you sit, debt will ring your way.
Yeah, no, true. No, I hear you. I think we resonate. But over the years, I don't know what has worked for you in terms of your advertisement or your marketing. I don't know if you are still using newspapers. For somebody that is actually looking at entering our industry or joining our industry, or somebody that is actually already in, but they're finding it hard to either rent out or sell, what are some of the modes of advertisement that you can actually advise?
Okay, with me, print media hasn't been my actually forte, like hasn't been a place I go to. I feel the millennials now, it's the social media platform. It's where majority of the clientele is, as much as the old school type of people where you say the newspapers is what you reach out. But you'll find the millennials is the daughter is the one saying, Mom, there's a property.
Yeah, sure.
Let's go and see it. That's how, for me, I feel it's just trying to understand your market at the end of the day. If your market is people that still do billboards, it's worked for you because you from the 80s have still got that clientele that call you.
Yeah.
But with us, the generation, the millennials that are social media orientated, you kind of have to adapt and everything. Because I think at some point, yes, I did my post in a different manner, but I noticed, okay, TikTok Reels is the way to go.
Oh, sure.
And it's reached a different audience.
Yeah.
I never knew Instagram till I actually made the effort to adapt.
Awesome.
Adaptation right now is key.
Okay.
Because,
So your advice would be for somebody to actually go on all platforms?
I feel all platforms, but understanding which platforms reach out the best. Because a few people, TikTok has reached out a lot.
Yeah.
I'm still learning how to use TikTok.
Sure.
believe you or not, I really tend to be old school sometimes.
Sure.
But for me, what has reached out, Instagram, surprisingly, people have Twitter, inquiries coming through Twitter,
Awesome. Yeah, sure.
and I'm recommended, but I'm not even active on Twitter. So you see, I'm slowly trying to transition.
Yeah.
But it's gradual.
Sure.
But I have to understand it and understand your clients.
Yeah.
And it's just even the basic WhatsApp status.
Yeah. Awesome.
Because
Yeah,
viewers,
sure.
you get about 400, 500 views.
Yeah.
Just understanding the market and even just the peak period in which your clients even have the time to go on social media.
Awesome.
You
So
what I
that
mean?
is actually
the
important,
peak period. Because
awesome.
that's why your Facebook page gives you that idea of when you do a post at a certain time. If it's not the peak period, you've noticed that
Is that,
the
the
fluctuation.
fluctuations
But
and
try do it at a peak period with the 18, midnight, or 06. You tell me there's a big difference.
Why is it so?
So
Is it that people are actually seated on their phones or with their phones checking out whatever is going on, or that's a time that it has just been said that no, this is a good time?
No, actually, I learned that quite a lot from my old working industry. In our IT background, we managed a lot of social media platforms that on the back end, we got to see it at work. So we got to understand the times by even just doing reports.
Sure.
So that reports, when we did our graphs, we understood that 18, when people are in traffic
Awesome.
going from work.
Yeah.
6, before they get busy and get kids ready.
Sure.
Midnight, you'll be surprised by the time parents put kids to sleep or finally get work done and get their me time. That's when they're on their phones. So you'd be surprised someone is texting at 01 because
Sure.
that is their window.
Yeah.
As any family household, a parent would know, you are relieved when your kids are finally in bed.
Awesome.
That me time is where they now go into social media and catch up. So that's basically, I felt that has been the flow of most of the peak periods, usually.
Next time on the Real Estate Podcast.
When you're hands-on and you say at your ears and legs on the ground, you really understand it better. But I feel do not adapt to what works for someone and doesn't work for you.
Sure.
You'll find that something may be different. You may be able to penetrate the market in a different approach.